Is it wrong that I've been waiting 4 days? Is it 3 days to get back to morning mics? I think I have more fun during morning mics than playing golf on a Saturday or Sunday out on the boat with the kids. I don't know. I just miss breaking it down. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. August 4th. What's going on? So much is going on. Let's check in. Who's around? Gina Martaccio. I love me a good Italian woman. Gina Martaccio. Good morning, Georgia. There's Lisa Thomas. She's checking in from Georgia. Is that Georgia or are you calling me Georgia? There's Kat Williams. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Monday. Kat, thank you. Kat was here early. Had a little private chat with Kat before we even got cracking. The Bushman is bushless. Well, Lisa, you are correct. I didn't wax. Jesus. I did take off the mustache. I think the mustache was a little much. Anyway, good morning to you. It's Morning Mike's brought to you by our friends at Venbrook Insurance. What? Morning Mike's is sponsored? No, not really. Venbrook Insurance is a big sponsor now of Hot Mics in the Afternoon, which is twice a week, Mondays, Wednesdays at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific. But their CEO is such a great guy, Jason Turner. I just kind of want to, get him involved in Morning Mics too here in some way because just a top-of-the-line guy, top-of-the-line company, really. If insurance needs are your thing, you're not going to find a better company than Venbrook. They're 97% retention. Anyway, we are rocking and rolling this morning so much. Nova Scotia in the house, Wendy. I cannot tell you how much fun I had in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. God, did I love that. Really amazing. I do love Vermont. The piano mom is checking in from Vermont. One of my best buddies lives in Stowe. Xander. Oh, my God, you guys. Xander lives in Stowe, Vermont. The guy that dated Gwyneth Paltrow's senior year of high school. This was Gwyneth's first big love. Xander, and the one that kissed Julie Bowen in high school. Do we have the picture of Xander? Anyway, he lives up there. And, morning hair. Yeah, morning hair is... It's happening. It's got a little gray there. My daughters, my middle daughter, finally I've got the children arriving. My middle daughter, Mary, is 24, and she's in the dining room doing some work. And my daughters all steal my sweaters. And over the years, I've looked in my closet and seen, where the hell have my sweaters gone? I swear to God, I had 10 sweaters, and now I have 3. And they take them and they destroy them and then they wash them and they shrink them and now they're good for nothing. But they've been doing it for years. This one, a beautiful gift from Allie, my girlfriend. It is a James Purse sweater. Look at this thing. It is a real, you cannot put on a more comfortable sweater than this. It is a cashmere. I don't know what was spent on this. There's credit card debt because of this sweater for sure. I just walked in to get coffee, and my daughter, Mary, looks at me like, hey, where'd you get that? I haven't seen that before. What is that? And I'm like, what? Stop. Oh, my God. I got Lily, my youngest one, coming tomorrow, and then Josie, my oldest one, coming the day after. What's going to happen there? A fight for the sweater. I said, let's just get ahead of this, girls. We're going to have a sign-up sheet. Day to day, who gets the sweater? You can lease it. You can take it out for a ride, but you cannot keep it. And don't ruin that. Beautiful sweater I have. Joy, my morning hair is, the one thing is, I remember, we are an honest group here. Minoxidil. I take a minoxidil at night. And it's not because I'm losing my hair. It's because I don't want to lose my hair. Steve, you changed. Why are you wearing a Lakers? Say hello to Steve, everybody. There's Steve. But is that my Lakers jersey? What are you?
I just ran in my closet because I was laughing about them taking your sweaters. And I'm like, God, over the years, I've taken some of Billy's stuff. And I've had this Lakers jersey, and I'm not even a Lakers fan per se, I must have had this thing for 10 years and it's been in the same bottom of my drawer. I just checked it on. Whoosh.
You have stolen a lot of my shit. That is for sure. That is absolute sure. Steve would eye the, because, listen, I didn't buy it all. It's the wardrobe from Access Hollywood, the wardrobe department, extra, the wardrobe department. They buy all the clothes. Not in news. When I went to the Today Show, for some reason in the news division, or like hard news division, like the Today Show's hard news, you have to buy your own clothes. But Access Hollywood and Extra, they buy them. And so Steve would come by and be like, well, he didn't pay for it. So let me see. Yeah, that looks good. And he just grabs.
I take them right off your back. On the road, I'd be like, Billy, what size is that?
Yeah. There's Smarter Harry right there. Buy you a lobster at the Dolphin Landing. You game? What's the Dolphin Landing? All I know is the landing over in Rockland, which I have a lot of things shipped to. Yeah, sweater klepto. I get it. And good morning, Steve. Kel is checking in with Steve. Steve, you got a little subculture going here. I noticed that what if Steve were single? He's not. He's got a beautiful wife, Letty. She's wonderful and 2 daughters, but Steve is looking very handsome these days. I'm going to say that.
Oh, well, thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. Note on that sweater. The first thing I did say to you this morning, too. Very first thing. Billy, that sweater looks really good on you. What's that sweater?
He's circling it, too. You're worse than my daughters. All of them. Steve, you saw Superman this weekend. Good?
I did. I loved it, Billy. I know people, it's getting good reviews, but I know people are mixed, like Superman back, this not back. But I wanted to see it. It's our time. I remember Superman 2 in the 80s. I took the daughters who Superman isn't as big, I don't think, with the kids. And they loved it too. And I was like, it felt good. It felt fresh. It didn't feel like another movie. And then a lot of good movies to take the girls through this summer. I loved it, man.
When I was a kid, we really embraced our superheroes, not just on the big screen and on and cartoons and television, but we wore them on our asses. We had underoos. Do you remember underoos?
Yes.
I had a set of Superman underoos, and I gotta say, I felt empowered as I went out the door as a little fella.
I might be an old sap, or I don't know, but with Superman, the idea was still there, and they don't hide behind it of like, no, I want to do good. I'm here for everybody. Everybody deserves to be good in health and have help. It just felt good. I bought right into it.
Radical Valkyrie over here wants to go watch Superman again. It was that good. So of all the movies I haven't seen yet, and that means F1, that means Happy Gilmore 2, that's Mission Impossible, it's Superman. I'm wondering where I should begin. Do I begin with The Naked Gun? Apparently, I thought this was a disaster, and I said it on TV. Some things you have to leave alone. Very few instances where the sequel is better than the original. Godfather 2, people quote. But, Naked Gun, Leslie Nielsen, a name that sounds very similar to Leslie Nielsen is Liam Neeson. And apparently, I'm like, Ransom, Liam Neeson? Apparently his deadpan is so unbelievably good that the movie's a home run, and that he and Pamela Anderson have fallen in love. I love this. You know what I immediately think, though? I don't know. He has a reputation in Hollywood, Liam. It's not a bad one. In fact, it's a very big one. Known to be infamously like, say no more. But they are adorable together. They've got chemistry. This is a love that you find at a certain time. One of my best friends, found the love of his life as 69. I have friends of all ages. Honestly, I've got 32-year-old friends. I've got 75-year-old friends. The age is so far out the window in the friendship department. But fell in love. Head over heels. Rob Ayers, Robin is paying attention. Yep, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Huge Naked Gun. They are so cute, says Lisa. Andy Cohen had them on. They were adorable. Wow, Pam seems to have a radar. Tommy Lee? God. You know what? God's fair. I always say that. You see this beautiful head of hair right here? Liam does not have hair of this quality. Would I switch with him? You get the hair, I get the no. I take the hair and everything, Anyway, moving on. I wonder how we got Annie's not ready to move on. Jesus, already we're here at 10 minutes into Morning Mics on this beautiful August 4th, and that's where we are. Did I do it, or was it done to me? I don't know. I'd like to blame Steve. Steve, this is your fault. You put Naked Gun in there in my little rundown, and I'm going to say,
I don't know. I'll always take the blame, but I was excited about the relationship of Liam and Pam is where I was excited.
That's right. I'll never forget, though, in Sochi, Russia, at the 2014 Olympics, I'm in my little room and I'm in the shower and Steve blasts in. Bill, looking for the day. And I'm like, Steve, they don't have the curtains over there in Russia. It's just a glass door. I felt like I was in a fishbowl.
Yeah, I learned very quickly they don't have the curtains.
Oh, unbelievable. Let's see what's going on here. Annie from Southie, you opened the door. Billy, it was me that did it. I think so. Let's see. Joy, Billy, there is a perfect size. I would run from a donkey. Oh, God. Is Mom here? Mom? No, good. Mom's not. Oh, God. Hair versus Big Naked Gun. Marie says BNG, baby. BNG. Oh, my God. Anyway, the reviews are phenomenal for Naked Gun. This is crazy. Speaking of great series that come and go, did you notice this? They've announced the end of And Just Like That. So after Sex and the City, we had And Just Like That, brought back 3 of the girls. Do you think the non-inclusion or the omission of of Kim Cattrall, do you think the omission of Kim Cattrall is part of the reason And Just Like That didn't go further, or is that enough? I think maybe, can't decide. Did Sarah Jessica Parker break up with you, or did you break up with Sarah Jessica Parker? I like the fact that they brought the series back. I thought that was good. Michael Patrick King and SJP did it didn't have Kim, but then again, a 62-year-old woman running around sleeping with young dudes, and that could be good for an episode or two, but I don't know if it's sustainable. I mean, her character would have to evolve for me. Anyway, they're checking out. Really reminds me of all of the amazing times Steve had with Sarah Jessica Parker over the years. Steve, do you remember in 2009, I went to the set. You were with me, right? Yes. You and I went to Albuquerque. She was on the set of We Are the Morgans.
Yes.
Co-starring Hugh Grant, a little bit of Sam Elliott in there. And it was around the time that Sarah Jessica Parker had her surrogate was pregnant and carrying her twins.
Yes.
And it leaked out, and the paparazzi began chasing around this surrogate, this woman whose name I forget, but that's an easy Google, but leave her alone. Not the point. The point is, Sarah was like terrified, not only for the woman carrying her children, but the children inside. This was like a terrible thing. And so I was going down to make a set visit, and I said to her publicist ahead of time, I said, listen, we got to talk about this. There's just no, they said, fine, do whatever you want. And so I did. And Sarah and I ended up having an amazing exchange about this and spent a lot of time with her. I remember we did a horse and buggy ride through the park back in the heyday of Sex and the City. God, was that fun. What an iconic New Yorker. I remember just people screaming for her. Not me, screaming for her in the carriage. And then same movie, We Are the Morgans. We flew to London, Steve, and we did you were with me for that as well.
I was.
we did the interview with Sarah and Hugh Grant on the top of a
bus.
double-decker bus riding through the streets of London. And this is where Hugh, he's not the warmest guy in the world.
No.
Hugh Grant. And but Sarah and I definitely have a rapport, and she and I are chit-chatting and having fun and back and forth. And Hugh, I can see him sort of bitter. I looked at Hugh Grant and I said, I just felt the moment. And I said, you don't really like me, do you? And he goes, not particularly.
Not particularly.
Like, no. And Sarah jumps in and goes, oh no, Hugh, he's wonderful. He is the great. And next thing you know, she walked Hugh and I into a beautiful little connection. And I believe when that bus ride and interview aboard it ended, we went into a pub, drank some beers, and played darts.
We did play darts, Billy, and we had a lot of fun. Now, back in New Mexico, you were talking about the connection you had. We also went out to dinner. It was one of the great dinners because it was just the 3 or 4 of us at a table in a restaurant.
Our publicist, Ina, Sarah, you and me.
Ina was there. Yeah, and we talked about everything, politics, whatever. It was really smart, fun conversation. But I have to show you something because, as you know, I worked for this morning. I couldn't find it. This is one of my favorite celebrity photos, and you haven't seen it. But tell me, people are like, it looks like you're dating.
Oh my God! Look how handsome you are. You guys look like a hot couple. You guys look how sexy she is. She's biting the bottom lip with you, Steve. Yeah. That's a bottom lip bite. You know what that means?
It was, I do have fun with this photo. It was worth finding it. I couldn't find it as much as it's one of my favorite photos, but
that's from Albuquerque, 2009.
That's the room where we did the interview. That was like on the set.
Guys, check it out. Wow. Radical Valkyrie. Nice photo. Look at this, Lisa. Wow. That's hot. Lisa says it's cute. Melissa says it's great. I think it's sexy. I'm throwing that in there. Very sexy. Yeah. Like a couple of regular boyos. I like that boyo. Steve, that is a really good find.
Very cute. You don't get too many photos. We have a great career where we meet a lot of people, but that photo, actually, you could tell we had spent the weekend together. That's what's nice about that photo. Like, we all hung out, we had dinner, we talked, and then she took a photo. You know, it was nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Kim Cattrall could only bear 9 literal seconds and a $1 million paycheck for it. Good for her. Did she really get $1 million for 9? That's from the movie, right? Unbelievable. Did they bring her back for the very end? I mean, you got one more chance. He's writing the final episodes. I don't know. Maybe she's in there. That would be amazing. Steve, you're getting extremely sexy from Tabby. All right.
I don't know. She made a good photo, but I'll take extremely sexy.
Yeah. Well, I'd say so. All right. Before we get into some of the other stuff that's going on there, I always like to promise a Maine moment, a beautiful Maine moment. Yesterday, I went out on a family sale. We took all my brother's kids, of which he has 7. He's got 5 in their 20s. And 2 little ones, 6 and 4. My daughter Mary and her boyfriend. My other 2 daughters are coming over the next couple of days, so they weren't there. But my mom, who's 85, she was there. My brother's wife and the captain, James. Wait till you see James. James is one big stud. There they are playing casino Yahtzee. All the kids right there. Some of their friends. They're not all my nieces and nephews, but most of them are. There's little Johnny with the hat there. He's so cute. Yeah. And there's my mom and my niece Izzy hanging out, looking at Instagram probably. There's the tender off the back of the boat. We are just rocking through the Penobscot Bay right there. There's my brother no, that's James, the captain on the right. Look at that stud. Oof. He went and entered the island triathlon we have here and set the record. Destroyed everybody, Big James. We love him. Great, big, handsome dude. That is there's another moment from there. Steve, do you have the second moment from the family sale? My kids
are we preparing anyone for this?
No, we'll prepare for him. This is my niece. She is. You met her because she was at the last week at the soccer game. She met Patrick Dempsey down at the Portland, Maine Hearts of Pine soccer game. She is the most My brother said about my niece Anna. He said she should be and likely will be America's first female Navy SEAL. She can swim with a 40-pound pack on her back. She can. She's the strongest of all of the kids. She is joyous, intelligent, strong, adventurous. There is a porthole that is very teeny in the ceiling of the sailboat, and she was determined to get her body through it. It is the size. The porthole fits half of an ass, and she's determined to get the entire thing up there. We laughed our asses off watching it. Steve, here she goes, trying to get up through the through the ceiling. There's James, the captain, on the left. Look, this ends up working. She's wearing a bathing suit. I promise you, that's not a naked set of cheeks. Is that a riot? Oh my God! You have no idea how small that little portal hole is. I mean, these kids are so damn funny. They're just amazing. Oh God, I love it. It kills me. So, a couple other things that are interesting today. Lindsay Lohan, Freakier Friday. Speaking of a summer of movies and throwbacks like Naked Gun, this is a big throwback. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan again, now older. Lindsay did a little interview in Us Weekly. She talked about PTSD from when she was young, and I was with her through a lot of that. She said, I don't ever want my family to experience being chased by the paparazzi the way I was. They were terrifying moments I had in my life. I have PTSD to the extreme from these things. I remember that. You know, I think about what Lindsay Lohan, I think about like Justin Bieber a few years ago and probably still on the tail end now. Lindsay Lohan had to go to Dubai to get away from all of this, and it's amazing she did. I don't think if you asked me 10 years ago, would Lindsay Lohan turn out as well as she has, I would have said yes. I was worried about her. Parents were falling apart. You know, they were pulled over for DUIs and fighting each other and all this, and a lot of drama within the family. And then, you know, she would go out on the town with Paris and Brittany. And I was worried about Lindsay for a second. I did a set visit in one of her movies in New York, and she kept me waiting for 2 hours while she was, you know, just, anyway, I just didn't think, I wasn't sure. But I always really liked her. She was always, there was a sweetness, like a decency and a goodness in her. And now she's a mom. And she lives in Dubai. And on living there, she said, I lived like that. That's not who I am. Dubai is a safe place where we can just have a normal life outside of what I call the noise. And that's where they're raising their little boy, Luai. But I can't tell you, I'm just like really happy for Lindsay Lohan. A lot of kids, you know, people who grow up in Hollywood, they're not afforded the space, and now it's even crazier. Thank God Sydney Sweeney is 27 years old. You know, if she were 17 experiencing this type of fandom and like overwhelming, you know, popularity and fame and everybody watching everything you do, I don't know if she'd be able to handle it. But, you know, and they're going after her like crazy right now. Dubai is a safe space. I've never been to Dubai. Has anyone been to Dubai? Like, I have no desire to go to Dubai. Lindsay Lohan had to move to Dubai, I think, to get away from it all. Yeah, really sad that the paparazzi just couldn't get enough, says Carly. It seems bloodthirsty at times, not to mention the Letterman interview. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. How about the interview I did with her? I think I've told you this story, but Silverstein, Rob, our executive producer at Access Hollywood, I had Lindsay on the set, and I said, so you and Wilmer broke up. What happened? She goes, it was mutual. And Rob is in my ear and he goes, "It's never mutual." And I just turn without even blinking. I didn't even think, no filter. I just go, "It's never mutual." Like, and she goes, "Well, you know what? You're right. I broke up with him." She was trying to protect it. It was one of those just spontaneous moments. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. What is up with? I find the criticism of Sydney Sweeney bizarre. I don't get it. Well, it comes down to these last vestiges of political party as it relates to Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like it used to be a very bad thing to be a Republican in Hollywood. Like if you even affiliated in any way, it was like career death. It was poison. I think that's gone. Now they're trying. The latest thing yesterday was, it leaked out that she's a registered Republican. Remember, she had that birthday party. Her mom had a 60th birthday party, and there were MAGA hats and Blue Lives Matter people in the background. The people who raise you, the parents, and what their politics are, and if she chooses to follow in that path and be a Republican or whatever, even a MAGA Republican, like it doesn't mean she can't be anything else. If you disagree with her, so what? So it's actually part of my thinking is that really the woke lefties like trying to go after Sydney Sweeney and be like, look, she's a Republican. I told you she was bad. Or maybe is it really smart MAGA bros who are like, hey, let's launch this as if, it is the left attacking her on that, but we'll float it out there because they're already getting killed for their American Eagle, jeans commercial. They'll get killed even more for trying to attack her for registering with a particular party. This girl's going through a lot right now. I hope she's got a good core around her. I really do. 27's old enough to handle it, I think, if you have the right people around you. And in that case, if you do, I hope she's having a ball with it. I don't get it, says Carly. I still have family who are Democrats who try and argue with me about everything, especially fake news. Yeah, well, look, I don't care how you vote at all. I would say that I changed party affiliations and went independent. I don't know if that means anything, but I really don't care. I'll vote Democrat. I'll vote Republican. I vote for the person. And I'm really looking for a couple of great people. Woman, man, I don't care who it is. I'm looking for some really strong people of character, people that are inspiring and you want to follow them. You know what I mean? Really smart people. I think I know one who might be running for office soon. And I hope that they announce, but I can't say anything because I got to wait for them to do it. Independent all the way. Yeah. I talked to him, Chris Cuomo is a friend of mine. He registered independent. Maria Shriver, friend of mine. She's independent. So there you go. You got a Kennedy, a Cuomo, a Bush, all independent. Look, there's a lot of people who are confused. Like, where do we go? Vivek Ramaswamy, where did he go? I'll tell you why Vivek Ramaswamy's not around, my opinion, why they get rid of him. Trump doesn't like it if you kiss his ass too much. You know what I mean? Like if someone's like over the top, like, oh, he begins to get sick of them. And I think Vivek went a little too far in his ass kissing of Donald. So he's out of the circle. Tim Scott, senator from North Carolina, maybe a little too far out of the circle. J.D. Vance plays it perfectly. Perfectly. Good morning, Billy Badass. My cat's name is Karen. Good morning. Did you see the Turtle Boy Ben Affleck pic? Oh, yeah, Nikki, I did. Turtle Boy ran into who is, the man who really rallied public support on behalf of Karen Reed, Turtle Boy. I guess I should say, I've been texting with him this morning. He's joining us on Hot Mics at 5 Eastern today along with Andrew Callahan, the guy that interviewed Hunter Biden for 3 hours. I want to know how he courted that, what it was like behind the scenes, how he made that happen, how he built this massive. He's like the Edward R. Murrow of modern journalism. He's an interviewer and a kid, and I'm just impressed with him. And a friend of mine's son works for Callahan, so we're gonna talk to him today about that big thing he landed. But Turtle Boy is going to join us because, did you hear? Alan Jackson said we're not done yet with the McAlberts, Brian Albert, Jen McCabe. It seems like Alan, he kind of posted something cryptically yesterday or very early yesterday, saying we're not done. Looks like they're going to file a lawsuit. I don't know if it's for defamation, what they did to Karen's character, or if it's for the death of John O'Keefe, but something's going down. We've got Alan, we've got messages out to Alan and Turtle Boy and everybody, and we're going to figure that out. That will be handled. Anyway, Judge Beverly Cannoni. Oh my God. Wait. Whoa. Proud single cat lady. What up? Judge Bev Cannoni is working in Nantucket. There once was a judge from Nantucket. The people collectively said you can suck it. What is she doing in Nantucket? An ice cream shack or something? Huh. Yeah, 5 o'clock Eastern, Joy. We will be live. We do this live. We do everything live. People say, why do you do it live? I said, because I don't want to have to edit it later. And you just, I don't know, be as sharp as you can and then let it go. Release it. Let the moment be the moment. Amy Schumer is Judge Bev. Yeah. So we'll talk to Turtle Boy, by the way, about running into Ben Affleck. Absolutely. People were saying Ben Affleck should play Alan Jackson in the movie. And then, of course, his buddy Matt Damon should play Turtle Boy. But we'll have to address that with Turtle Boy because, honestly, I think Jack Black is the way to go. And that's what Alan feels. Never fail to crack me up. Well, you know what, VR? Thanks. We all crack up. We gotta be laughing. Jeremy Renner for Turtle Boy. That's another big one. That's a really good one too. Yeah. Billy, another big hearing tomorrow with Proctor and Adam Lollipop. Yeah, we got to watch that too. We'll get Turtle Boy to give us a preview of that. Can you imagine how exciting? It's like all this attention we all have, like focused on this suburb of Boston in Canton. You know what I mean? Billy, cruise is August 17th. Oh, Lisa, there she is. My husband is appalled, yet helping me with my report. This is so great. Okay, to refresh everybody, Lisa is going on a cruise, and she is going to test the upside-down pineapple theory. So on her door, on the cruise ship, she will have an upside-down pineapple. And if she gets some random knocks or whatever, make sure your husband's in there filming, or you have a camera, Lisa, trained on the door, so that every time someone knocks on the door, you hit record, and then it's mounted in the back of the room. Then you go open the door and see what's out there. God, I hope your husband's in the room. Make sure you say, yes, can I help you? If your husband's not there. We want safety first here. I don't know what kind of freaks are running around. When they see a pineapple, maybe they just get all, they lose their couth, okay? Yeah. Well, Miss Jessica, we're all proud of Lisa going in there. I have to say it. Oh, Ireland. Andy from Popcorn Planet wants you to contact him. He wants you in his documentary. He thinks you do not like him. I don't know him. How could I not like somebody I don't know? Never met. I like most people, I have to say. You got to be a real asshole just for the Bushman to turn on you. This is going to be a funny experiment. Please follow up with us. Lisa. Yeah. Carla, we're all very excited about Lisa. This is our first totally organic, homegrown field study. That's what we got. I look forward to that. What else? Oh, I'm a retired public school teacher. I'm tough. All right, let your husband go get some breakfast. Get him pick up a little Continental to go. And if somebody comes knocking for a little late morning, recreational activity, you'll handle it. Now, you got to think about what you're going to say. If they're like, "Hi, we're here for the, since you put the pineapple upside down, do I need to say it any further?" You got to figure out what you're going to do. Wow. God, imagine that. Pretty wild. So, have you guys heard about this? Let me ask you a question. I'll show you something I choose every day. My father died 4 years ago. And I have these 2 coffee cups, and every day I decide, am I going to have coffee with Bops, which is my dad, or am I going to have coffee with Nana, which is my mom? Who can guess which cup has the coffee this morning? I got to remind myself. Is it Bops or is it Nana? Steve, take a choice.
I'm going with Bops.
You are correct. Nana has nothing this morning. Look at that, Steve. Well done.
I do believe in the importance of a coffee cup. So much so that often I let my younger daughter, Maddie, who gets excited, pick the cup. Because I do feel like when I pick it in the morning, it decides what my day is going to be like. What am I in the mood for? I really do. It's a big thing.
That's a good thing.
Today it's a Mammoth cup. Mammoth
Steve,
Mountain.
We're going to take some of this money we're making, all this gobs and gobs of money we're making. This is the part where you say, we're making gobs of money?
That's right. That's where I was going. Oh, good. Gobs of money. I'd like to see that.
No, we're not. But if you think that you are,
I like
not
that.
Not yet. But if you think that you are, you manifest that. You are your thoughts. Come on. Who hasn't scrolled through their Instagram and you get the same damn thing every time from someone, but the messages all sort of filter down into some basic ones. And that is, you are your thoughts. Mel Robbins in the house, girl. I'm talking to Mel's people. I really want to talk to Mel. I got a lot of thoughts for Mel. But yes, I think that is true. If you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, guess what? You're not good enough. But if you say, I got this shit, then you're going to absolutely conquer whatever it is that's in front of you. Now, I've read about this thing. The cortisol cocktail. It's hot on TikTok. Have you heard about this, Steve? The cortisol cocktail? So better than coffee. If you suffer from anxiety, stress, like a lot of people do, it lowers stress hormones. It boosts energy, balances your body's adrenal functions. That's what they say. People on TikTok are making this cocktail. Almost half of Americans, 49%, report frequent bouts of stress. That means half of us in here, at least. So here's what it is. It's a cup of coconut water, which is where you get your potassium, half of a lemon, juiced, squeezed in there, and half a quarter cup of orange juice. That's your vitamin C. 200 milligrams of chelated magnesium powder. I don't know what chelated is. I've never heard of it. But that's for mineral replacement. And a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, also mineral replacement. So we got minerals, we got vitamin C, and we got potassium. Now, I always thought magnesium was for sleep anyway. But I think the biggest reason why I experience stress sometimes is sleep. Not sleeping that well these days. Maybe this will, it's restless sleep. I look at my Aura ring and it's all over. It's like, I feel like I'm out, but also awake. Like I'm almost like able to observe myself in sleep and rolling around and switching sides. And it's restlessness. And yet I'm not fully awake, which means very little REM sleep. And that's not good. My daughter went through my Aura app with me yesterday, and she's like, Dad, there's not enough REM sleep in here. You've got to find a way to do that. So maybe this cortisol cocktail, I don't know, magnesium? We'll give it a shot. Although, I mean, don't worry. It's not like overwhelming stress. I'm still mostly a positive person, but we got a lot on our plate here, Steve. Steve, are you stressed at all? You stress ever?
No, I mean, I'm
No,
kind of
very good.
short and Italian, so I kind of walk around kind of like high energy, heart's pumping a little too much constantly, but no. Mine is getting up and getting this show out every morning.
There's my buddy Satch right there. This is my buddy Satch. That's his nickname. He was visiting me here in Maine. Stayed for 3 days, and we agree. Better than the cocktails is the can. I don't know. You ever tried a can? 2 milligram little cannabis cocktail? I don't recommend if you're not if that's not your. I don't care what to each his own. But a lot of cannabis, not for me. A little, in a cocktail. It's that damn hangover you can't handle. That brutal hangover. I mean, 50 years old. Oh man. 4 a.m. meditation. Get your balance early. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. Joey, if I do 4 a.m. meditation, that means I didn't sleep at all. I don't want to be up that early. Just have an electrolyte packet, 0 sugar, and put it in half a cup of orange juice. Okay, Steve, make a note of that. That's a good one, Carly. I'm going to report back. Half of an electrolyte packet with 0 sugar and put it in a half a cup of orange juice. All right. These are good. These are very good. Water. You know what? I think that's another thing. Not enough water. I can't remember to drink enough water. Do you?
That's
drink
my
enough water?
problem. From my wife to my doctors to my kids, I don't drink enough water. I even have the water.
You know what we're going to do?
Still
We're
don't
going
do
to
it.
have Josh Dumel check in this week on Morning Mics. Let me text him because Dumel is doing this thing called 75 Hard. Have you heard about it?
Nope.
You have to drink a
Oh,
gallon of water a day. You have to work out twice, once indoors and once outdoors, 45 minutes each. So that's a total of an hour and a half of workout every day. Dumel is doing that.
wow.
I want to know how it's going. Like he could get any sexier. Jesus. Oh, no alcohol. 75 days.
You keep
Did
adding
I lose
one thing
everybody?
extra. Yeah, the water I was interested in, a gallon of water. Okay, let's do it. And then you went into working out twice a day for an hour and a half, and now you're adding the alcohol.
Get one of those grounding mattress pads. Dana White swears by it. Okay, Steve, that's another note here. Grounding mattress pad. Not bad. Okay, final little topic here I thought was interesting. Workers over the age of 75 are the fastest growing group in the workforce. Does that hit anybody else as odd? The Bureau of Labor Statistics, who, by the way, Trump fired their commissioner on Friday because she dared to put out a bad report. Just prefer if you lie. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports Americans 75 or older are twice as likely to be in the workforce now as they were in the early 90s. Put up this picture. I love this guy. Check out, folks, meet Harvey Mendelson. There's Harvey. He's a this man has done it all in his life. Stockbroker, car salesman, real estate. Now he's launched a photography business. He says you retire at 65 and in 3 days you're 80. Reminds me of what my father used to say. Stop working, start dying. Our parents' generation kind of worked harder. And by the way, we're going to go broke. Social Security is going to go bankrupt in 2032, 2033. If this guy's saying, work a little long, that's part of the answer. The only way to stave this off and save us from complete collapse is you've got to raise the age on Social Security, and some politician has to be brave enough to go and do it. And it's got to go from 60, it's got to go to 70 at least. I think that's fair. It's not fair, but it's necessary because when we started this, for every worker there was for every retiree there was 170 people working when we began this. After was it 19? When did we start Social Security? 1940? Was it just after 45, just after World War II, or just before? But anyway, that's all changed. Now there are, for every retiree, there's only 2 people or 3 people working. So it's unmanageable. Anyway, hello from Wilmington, North Carolina. Let's see. Oh, by the way, what do you think are the top jobs for people working 80 and older? Manager? Don't we all want to be a manager? Retail salespeople, lawyers, real estate brokers, and here's one that'll surprise you for over 80, drivers. Who knew? There's Carla. I want to stay working, at least part-time, as long as I can. I will work with 70, 89-year-olds who swear by it. It keeps you sharp, mobile, and fulfilled. I think that's right. Walmart greeter. That's a big one, Joey. Absolutely. Good morning, Bushman. So great to see you again. Love watching you live. Hello, Lupus Warrior Mom. That suggests that you're facing something in your life, something in your family, and you're holding it together. You got a child who has lupus, and we love you, and we support you. You got friends here, baby. The money Trump is wasting on his ballroom could fix your Social Security. Yeah, $200 million for a Trump ballroom. Will it even be done by the time he leaves, or is he not planning to leave? Okay, not ready for. Love caregiving jobs after retiring. That's right. My mom's 85. I got to say, she was a homemaker, but a very active one. Like, she didn't drive to a job. But she's currently right now with a team of 2 gardeners, and they are landscaping. She is bent over and pulling weeds right now at 86 in a couple weeks. My mom is about as active and hardcore as they come. Just joined in. Loved the rickshaw video. Hi from Delaware. Hey, thanks for joining us. Oh, the rickshaw. We did a live morning mics from Nantucket on a rickshaw. I don't know what's next, but we're going to have to top that at some point. Yeah, my grandmother was working home healthcare at age 75. That's right. What do we got here, Steve? Denny, don't know how to get past it. We were together most of my life. I was 16 when we met, 17 when we were married, 18 and her first child. I feel like I'm missing a limb, which leaves me disabled. Oh, you're talking to Amy. I'm dropping it on your conversation. Oh, I like that. Just keep going. Steve?
Bill, I was just thinking about the Walmart greeter thing, and not that I would want to underuse a senior wise person, but I think it would be worth the money for businesses to hire a senior to say good morning and to welcome somebody when you enter a store. And I think everybody would like it. Wouldn't it
Should
be
we
nice
do
to
that? Now, listen, Steve and I are negotiating something right now. We think some good space for hot mics that would be on a with Howie. We'll say it with Howie Mandel. We love Howie and his kid. His son Alex runs the operation back there in Los Angeles. We kind of move in with the Mandels, and I do love Howie very much. And I think maybe we should have hire a senior citizen between Howie and I, an 85-year-old nice old guy like Norman.
Yeah.
He just sits there and he greets people. Can I get you a coffee? Can I get you a little something? Walk him around. You need to see Howie? Come on, I'll bring you back to Howie. And you need to see the Bushman? He's right here. Come on, we'll knock on the door. Bushman, I got so-and-so here to see you. This could be a very good move, Steve.
I like it.
And he becomes a character. He becomes a character. Everybody gets to know Harvey or whatever, and we pay him, for the love of God.
2 things. One, I think everybody's day is better with a nice good morning. How are you today? Everyone likes to hear how are you. And the second part is the wisdom. To have the wisdom in the room, I think in itself would be wonderful.
How about a senior citizen and a veteran at the same time? Senior veteran. Why not? Got to do it. Yeah. Irrelevant photons. I don't know what your name is. She likes it when I call myself the Bushman. Sometimes I do. I do have a propensity to speak in the third person when I get going. You know what I mean? When I get wound up in a Chris Farley sort of way. Howie, love Howie. Grew up on Bobby's World. Yeah, we miss Howie. Howie loves us. He loves having us around down there. He doesn't want to see us ever go. Anyway, that's it for Morning Mics this morning, 50 minutes. And, you can't, what's the old expression? We can't miss you if you don't go away. I like to get together. Don't want to go too long. Got to be eager to see each other tomorrow. So wherever you are, including New Hampshire, right there, have a wonderful, great day. It's August. It's beautiful here in Maine. I'm going to go play 9 holes and then come back and get ready for Hot Mics this afternoon at 5 o'clock Eastern, 10 Pacific. Thanks to our friends at Venbrook for sponsoring the big podcast. And that's why we give them a little love here. See you tomorrow.